Всем привет.
Wait! Wait, I say things.
You say things, okay.
Стереотипы о русских девушках. Сегодня мы поговорим о том, какие стереотипы о русских девушках существуют на Западе и о том, верят ли мужчины в это на самом деле, а также насколько это правда. Меня зовут Аня, это мой парень.
Всем привет. Меня зовут Эдвард.
Эдвард из страны под названием Антигуа и Барбуда.
Я не из Африки.
Да, это в Карибском бассейне, неподалеку от берегов Америки. Эдвард довольно долго работал в международной российско-китайской компании, поэтому имел возможность пообщаться с большим количеством русских людей, не только девушек, но и парней. И, собственно говоря, он встречается со мной. Поэтому я думаю, что у него есть достаточный опыт, чтобы говорить о таких вещах. Итак, давайте посмотрим, какие же стереотипы о русских девушках существуют. Так, первый стереотип. Поехали. So, have you ever heard about this stereotype, and do you agree with that?
This one's interesting.
Okay, you can start with women first, then you can talk about men.
I have no problem talking about how attractive men are. I'm very comfortable in my sexuality, thank you. Okay, so where this stereotype is concerned, I can draw on, I guess, two situations. Now and when I was younger. Starting with when I was younger, you know, I had very little real tangible contact with actual people from Russia. My only understanding were film, television, and sports. And so pretty much every Russian or ethnically Russian person I saw on TV was either some very beautiful woman or some very handsome, you know, Slavic-looking man, like tall model dudes. You see them in the Winter Olympics, a lot of figure skating, gymnastics, and things like that. And personally, I never really considered the guys to be unattractive, you know? I mean, they looked like athletes, which are traditionally attractive. Then I came here, and I was working at the company that I met Anya at. And I'd say rather interestingly enough, despite her kind of telling me, or I suppose explaining that to me, that, you know, typically a Russian woman might be, you know, a few levels of attractiveness higher than the man she's with. I was like, well, I guess I can kind of see that. Generally, traditionally, I guess Russian women, I'd say, yeah, they're fairly attractive from my own personal standpoint. And I guess the average Russian man, now that I'm not seeing supermodels and athletes all the time, they're not ugly, but it's more that they're fairly average, I guess. I said that they're average. I didn't say they were ugly. I said they were average.
Yeah, I mean, many things on the West thinks that Slavic women, especially Russian women, are the most beautiful women in the world. Do you agree?
To a degree, yeah. From the frame of reference of being a young boy and watching a lot of Western TV and how Slavic women and European women are represented. They were represented in this, you know, almost unapproachably beautiful sort of way.
What do you think about that?
I've heard that one.
This is very annoying. I can tell you, I lived in China for 3 years now, and this stereotype is so annoying. God, everyone who meets you, he will say that. And when you deny, when you don't want to drink the alcohol, they will say like, "You're Russian, right? Like you drink a lot of vodka. Why you don't want to do that now?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, okay." So what do you think about that?
Oh, I definitely know this one. So for sure, that was the biggest Russian stereotype for me. If we focus right down on Russians, it's that every Russian, down to the women, you know, down to the boys who just turned 16, everyone drinks vodka like water. And I'm like, this seems reasonable. I guess it's true. I mean, I didn't know any better. But at the same time, I didn't push it like some people would, where it's like, oh, you're Russian? You should drink vodka. Look, I've got this bottle of cheap shop vodka I bought off the table. This is probably like, some easy stuff for you to drink. Nah, it's not the case.
I never drink vodka.
Yeah, she likes wine.
Yes, this is true.
You know, I could compare it to like anyone who knows about the Caribbean. I'm going to assume you figure that everyone in the Caribbean drinks rum and smokes weed. While kind of true, I don't do either of those things. But when someone finds out that I'm from the Caribbean, they're like, oh, you must like Bob Marley music and smoke a lot of marijuana. And I'm like, no. I like Sia and drink wine. I don't smoke at all. Oof. Now, this one comes with a story. I've heard this. This one was pretty standard. Again, for me, because most of my interactions or most of my understanding of the Russian culture was from entertainment and TV. And so you almost always see Russians, the men, are typecast. You never see a jolly, friendly Russian dude. You always see this hard-faced, always scowling. He's like, always like, like he's got a rock in his shoe and he can't get it out. So he's just really miserable looking dude. And when he talks, he's like, no, I will not help. Get away from me. Like, he just has no joy in his soul.
Now, do I have a sense of humor or not? I'm a Russian girl. I do not know how to make jokes.
That's a lie. That's cap. This girl is always laughing, always doing some funny shit. So, But it's interesting because, and this is the story I was mentioning in the beginning, when I was a student at a university in China, my usual place to get fresh, real bread, because I really don't like Chinese bread, but fresh, real bread was a Russian bakery. And I remember on so many occasions going in, and I'm like, hey, what's up? How are you guys? And the man and his wife working the counter, they were like, do you need bread or cheese today? I'm like, I guess I just need some bread. What kind? We have white bread, black bread. You choose one. I'm like, the white bread, I guess. Okay, 10 yuan. Here is bread. Here's your money. Goodbye. I'm like, okay. It was the coldest transaction I have ever done anywhere in the world. It was weird. And then when I actually went back for cheese, I'm like, hey, nice day outside, right? It's sunny. Good. Do you need cheese or bread? I'm like, cheese, please? We have 3 cheese. We have cheddar, we have Edam, we have Gouda. Which do you want? I'm like, can you suggest one? Cheddar is good. Gouda is good. Edam is good. I'm like,
Okay.
I guess I'll have the Edam. Good. How much Edam you want? How much can I get for 25 yuan? You get half kilo. Here, take cheese. Goodbye. I'm like, I couldn't get these people to smile. No matter how big of a smile I had on my face, no matter how nice of a day it was very business with these folks. They just never seemed like they were comfortable, So,
Yeah, I guess this one is true, especially for people who you don't know. Like, we don't used to smile to strangers, yes. So we are not used to smile at strangers, because if you do that, that will be super weird. It will mean that either you're crazy or you want something from me. Both of that I do not like. So people do not look at each other. People do not smile at each other because it's weird in Russia. And yeah, I guess this one might be true, right?
Yes.
Do you agree?
I agree. Oh boy.
Больше стереотипов смотрите в следующей части.